I told my surrogate to stop acting like she was my husband's wife. My husband and I tried for 3 years to have a baby before we realized it wasn't happening naturally. The doctors explained my situation, and after months of discussion, we decided to go with surrogacy. We found Becca through an agency. She was 26, had 2 healthy kids of her own, and seemed perfect. The meetings went great, all the paperwork was signed, and within a few months, she was pregnant with our baby. At first, everything was normal. Becca would text updates about appointments and how she was feeling. But around month 4, things started getting weird. She began calling my husband directly instead of going through me. When I asked about it, she said it was easier since he responded faster. I brushed it off because I wanted to keep things peaceful. Then she started showing up at his work. She said she was in the neighborhood and thought she'd stop by to update him on the baby. My husband thought it was sweet that she cared so much. I thought it was crossing a line, but I didn't want to seem controlling. The breaking point came when I found out she'd been texting him at night, not about the baby, but random stuff like complaining about her day or asking what he was watching on TV. When I confronted my husband, he said she was probably just lonely and that we should be supportive since she was carrying our child. I felt like I was going crazy. Things got worse when she started calling him by his first name in this overly familiar way and touching his arm during appointments. She'd ask him questions about his preferences for the baby, while completely ignoring me. It was like I wasn't even there. During one appointment, she actually turned to him and said she hoped the baby would have his eyes because they were so beautiful. The final straw was when I came home early from work and found her sitting in my kitchen with my husband. She was wearing this tight dress that showed off her belly, and they were laughing about some inside joke. She had made herself completely at home, feet up on my coffee table, drinking from my favorite mug. I lost it. I told her she needed to stop acting like she was my husband's wife and start remembering that she was carrying my baby. She got all defensive and said she was just trying to build a relationship with the father of the baby she was carrying. I told her the father of the baby was my husband, and she was just the carrier. She started crying and said I was being cruel and that she felt a special connection to the baby. My husband tried to calm things down, but I was done. I told her that from now on, all communication goes through me. No more surprise visits to his work, no more late night texts,